All right, it is a good morning. We are up $100 today, so let me show you how that happened. In the morning, I was looking for sells, but those sells happened at 8:30, and I only trade after 9:30. And the first target had been met over here at these equal lows, and I'm still expecting this to eventually be taken, but I'm done for the day, so maybe if it doesn't get taken by tomorrow, we'll take it, but I think it will. And then ultimately, I do think the market is overall bearish, so I'm looking for these lows. But today I was kind of trying to push sells down in here, and that didn't work out. So let me show you the entries and exits, the executions. So I took a bunch of stop losses. Some of them were okay trades, others were not. So I was trying to sell it all over here. This was at 9:32. So I was expecting 9:30 to take us into these lows. After all of this bearish order flow was being held, it was just going lower and lower and lower, and I was expecting it to go one more time down into here, but it held this, it chopped around these lows, and then ES made the lower low, but Nasdaq didn't. So then I switched my bias. I was targeting up here, which is exactly where it went, and after that I was expecting sells. So I did think that it would continue lower, but I took off all my trades over here. I'll show you in one moment, because that was enough for me, and I decided to be done for the day, because sometimes the market does this afterwards. It chops around once the move has already happened. So this fair value gap up here was the main target to the long side, and it is the entry for the short side. So let me show you. After we took a couple of stop losses to the downside, I figured out that it's not going lower. It made a move higher. Over here I was still trying to sell it, but no luck there. And then over here we entered some trades. So this was the last time that I tried to short it, and then I figured that it was going long into that fair value gap. So I entered 3 micro contracts over here long, and then I pyramided over here, and I got stopped out on one trade. This was break even because of my average entry price over here, and then I entered again on this 5-second fair value gap with my stop under here, and we got it right to the very top over here. And then I got stopped out on these partials because I didn't want to lose any more open profit, but it did ultimately run up one more time. The reason I didn't take off everything is because this high was actually not taken the first time, and I was partialing over here, but I wanted to get the full take profit, and maybe I should have taken off one more contract there. So from here to here is maybe 10 points, so we didn't lose that much, but it's okay. And once it retraded all the way up in here to the fair value gap, it started holding bearish order flow on the 5-second chart. So we have fair value gaps being held to the downside, more fair value gaps being held, and over here I entered to the short side. So once it formed this fair value gap over here, I was short 3 micros, and we caught a beautiful 60-point trade all the way down into here. So I took one partial under these equal lows right here, and then my other partial I held all the way through this retracement. My stop was at mean threshold of this order block, so it was 3 ticks away from the high, and I did not get stopped out, thankfully, this time. And then we ran it all the way into this low, and then I got stopped out on the last partial. So 116 profit right here, 60 points, and 50 points on the runner. So the target was down here. Actually, it was on the 5-second chart. This trend line equal lows, I got off right under here. So yeah, that's it for me today. Up $100. We're still scraping back. So initially I was down 400 from all of these stop losses, and then I made 500 from these longs and these shorts together. So not the most optimal trading, but it is our biggest winning day so far. And with that being said, if I see something tomorrow, I'll take it. Otherwise, have an amazing weekend. Comment, like, subscribe, and I'll see you guys soon.